Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking, like, and let's talk about what's going on. How y'all doing? How's everybody feeling out there? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Peep Squad is going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So what's up, baby? What's going on? We're going to talk about Southern Charm. Like, let's talk about Southern Charm. Let's get into it. Today was a beautiful day. It is gorgeous outside. It is nice outside. It is going down, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's talk about Southern Charm, season 6, episode 5. It's going down. Like, what are they really doing over there? They're doing way too much. Let me just tell you, they're doing way too much. So let's get it started. Let's talk about Austin. Austin's out here with this Madison situation. He still wants to be with Madison. And basically, Shep and, Craig is trying to basically tell him, hey, you need to let that go. You need to move on. You need to move forward. Like, what are you doing, baby? And so, Austin is out with his father, and his father's like, so you got a problem, you got some issues, you self-sabotage all the time, like you're the problem in the relationship. It's not the other people, it's you that is the problem. And what about focusing on your business and getting that shit together? The reason why you don't feel good about yourself, you don't feel good about things, because you're not where you're supposed to be. Austin admits that he's not where he's supposed to be. He wants to be somewhere else. He wants to be wealthy. He wants to have his brew his beer. He want all that to go down. He want all that to happen and all that other good stuff. But it seems like it ain't gonna go down that way. It ain't gonna go happen. It ain't gonna go happen at all. You know why? Because he is not focusing on the beer, making his beer, and people that he chose to basically produce his beer, stuff like that. They got a machine, and basically a part is missing, and he don't know when they're gonna get the part back. And he was with an expensive person, but basically got the job done, but he couldn't afford it. All he had to do was call his parents. They was gonna help him out. They was gonna get a loan. They was gonna do what they gotta do for him. Because his father's like, Austin, are you tired of living from fist to mouth? Like, come on, like, you got to do better. And Austin just like, oh, he's like in lost. I mean, just Austin is just doing way too much. So basically, his father is saying, don't get into a relationship until you get your shit together. You can't be in a relationship when you're not all together, when everything around you is falling apart and you're not happy with you. Because Austin admit that he's not happy with him. So it is what it is with that situation. Hey, what's up, Big D and Chopper? Hey, Candy Girl, what's up? What's going on? How y'all doing tonight? Thank you for coming through. Check out Big D and Chopper's, page. He does a lot of reviews. It's awesome. Check him out. Check out Candy Girl. If she has a page, Candy Girl be coming through showing support, and I really do appreciate you, Candy Girl. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming through. Talking about Southern Charm. Austin does not want to grow up another man child off of daddy's money. You are so right. He don't want to grow up, and then he got a nerve to be talking shit about Chelsea. Okay, you know what? Sometimes when you get in a new relationship, sometimes you talk about your exes. But like, why are you dogging out your ex girl when Madison knows them and Madison runs in the same circle? So if shit goes wrong with your relationship with Madison, she's gonna tell people. And Madison is mad shady for copying and pasting and texting and Photoshop and I'm basically cropping it and showing it to Chelsea. But so it is what it is. Madison was like, I'm gonna get you, Austin. You know what I'm saying? I know since you talking shit about Chelsea like that, I know you're gonna talk shit about me. So boom, she gave all the information to Chelsea. I thought that was shady. Then why is Austin talking about Chelsea's relationship with her new guy or whatever? Like, he wants to be with Chelsea, but it is what it is. They basically ain't cool since last season, since Chelsea called Austin out for not sticking up for herself when it came to Shep and it came to Whitney. So it is what it is. But I was like, damn, talking about having pillow talk, and then your partner go screenshot, record you, and send it to your ex. That's some shady shit as well. But she covered her back, she protect her neck, and Madison has a storyline, not like you other mother effers that don't have a storyline. Madison is definitely no fool. She's no fool at all. She's playing the game well. And on top of that, we heard Patricia said that she knew Madison for almost 10 years, and she's been training her. She's been guiding her. She's been, like her big sister, her big mother, her big grandmother. She's been there for her. And basically at the party that was at Craig's house, Patricia stood up for Madison. Well, Austin shouldn't have been running his mouth. He shouldn't have been talking shit. I was like, So we have that situation. I was just like, Austin, man. Austin started off on this show as a good kid, a good guy, and he seemed like he had his stuff together. He was hustling. He was trying to make his shit right, and it seemed like he was a strong guy. He was contending with Shep, like they was basically going back and forth with each other, seeing who's the sexiest, who got the most skills, who's better, blase and the third. And Austin just went downhill. I mean, Austin really went downhill. I was like, okay, Austin, do what you gotta do, baby. He went downhill. And so Patricia and Madison, they meet up, they have a conversation, and basically, Madison tells Patricia that she got Austin back with revenge sex because she caught Austin out there having a threesome. You know what I'm saying? And so Patricia was like, oh, that don't really make no sense, girlfriend. We know we don't call it revenge sex. We call it revenge marriage, where you married up, where you marry somebody that's way better than what you left. So I don't know. I was like, Patricia was throwing some facts out there. She was throwing some game, talking about like who cares about revenge sex? It's revenge marriage. You climb up the ladder, baby. What you doing with this revenge sex? And Patricia was just laughing. She thought the shit was kind of funny. And so we have that situation, and I was like, it's a mess. And so then on top of that, Patricia was like, you don't play yourself like that. You do better than that. You marry up, you marry rich, you marry well, you marry wealthy. You don't have no revenge sex. I don't know why Madison went back to Austin anyway. If she was hurt and she didn't forgive him for cheating on her, she shouldn't have stayed in a relationship with him. She should have just said, let's be friends, and then we can move forward and do something together or whatever. But no, she didn't do that. She ended up getting back with him, like she forgave him, and then she ended up having sex with somebody else. Like, if you don't forgive the person that you're back with and then you cheating on them, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point of even getting back with them if you're gonna cheat because you're trying to hurt the person just like they hurt you? So that means you're not over the hurt. So you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone that you can't trust and someone that you feel like hurt you, and then now you want to do revenge shit like that. Don't use your body up like that. But Madison is doing her thing. And also she says for the next episode, Madison says that Shep calls her a trashy hairstylist. Shep is a mess. Shep got too much going on. So then we got Shep and we have, Craig. They meet up or whatever, and they're having a conversation about Austin. They stay in Austin business. Shep, you need to get some life, and Craig, you need to get some life too as well. So anyways, Craig is talking about, Austin was questioning why is he still broken up with Madison. He wants to kind of go back, and Craig had to remind Austin, that, she was out here trying to get with somebody else on you, basically. That's what's good. I was just like, okay. And then Shep was like, you know what can we do to make him realize that she's no good? It's like Shep has it out for Madison. It's just like crazy. Austin and Madison both did each other wrong. But it was said in the episode before last, that Madison cheated on Austin way before he cheated on her with the two girls. That was in the episode where Shep and Craig actually showed, Austin the text message of, Madison actually texting Danny's, boyfriend or whatever. So we have that situation. So they realized that, let's go to Florida, let's go to Miami, let's rent a bus, blase and the third. So this is gonna be a guy trip and everything like that. So okay, cool, whatever. And then Craig's talking about he's having a party, a pillow party, because basically he want to get his friends to work. Doesn't Craig know that his friends ain't gonna work for free? They don't do that free shit. He goes, I respect friends looking out for each other. Yup. And you have to, and sometimes you got to know your place, because it's very kind of like, it's very on the edge with the situation with Danny and Catherine. Is Danny doing too much, or is Catherine just going through too much to understand that people around here care about her? So we'll see how that shit plays out. Sometimes it feels like Danny does too much and she's too concerned for her, and let Catherine live her own life, because she got 2 kids and all this other shit. She's a grown woman. She got a mother, and she got a father, and she got a grandmother, and she got family members. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how that works out. So basically Shep is going to say he ain't doing no pillows, he ain't doing no free labor for no Craig. Craig knows his friends are uppity. He knows his friends ain't gonna do no free labor. They ain't gonna do no work to help him. They're gonna get there and they gonna crack on him. So Craig throws a party to have these people, his friends, come over and do free labor. They ain't about that free labor. They ain't even about working like that, basically, because a lot of the stuff was inherent to them where they can go out and buy more stuff and buy more, property and shit like that, and invest in more shit or whatever. So we have that situation. That's why we need our reparation, ADOS, because we didn't have nothing passed down to us. Most of us have poverty passed down to us. Danny just cares too much. Okay, I kind of feel like she does care too much, but then you got everybody defending Danny too as well. Like, but Danny was standing on the line for Catherine when nobody was standing out there for her. Catherine manipulates the situation and got a new sugar daddy. Yep, she got a new sugar daddy. She's doing good. She's chilling. She's living. And that big, you see that $6,600 $6,600 a month she pays for that 4th floor house that she's renting, and she got that $400,000 car. I was like, she got it going on, baby. She's getting that money. She got her a new sugar daddy with some fresh money. And basically she can film with her. At least she's trying with a storyline. At least she got a storyline. So anyways, Craig is having a pillow party. He's trying to get his friends to do free labor. They ain't gonna do no free labor for Craig. He should have already known that. He should have known they was gonna come there and crack on him. Basically, Craig cannot fill his orders. He ain't doing shit. He's laying around. He's sleeping. He's doing whatever. He got 100 orders to fill, and he ain't even making the pillows. And basically, Cameron is calling out Craig, saying, hey, listen, I don't even think Craig is making these pillows. I think somebody else is. Like, she's blowing up his spot. Yes, fancy living. Yes, yeah, fancy living, all right. That's old slave money, baby. And so I don't even know if Craig is actually making the pillows, because Cameron did throw a good point too as well. So we have that situation. So they're going to go to Key West. They're going to have a guy trip. It's going to be Whitney, Shep, and Craig. They're trying to help Austin out to stay away from Madison. I never seen Austin so hung over on Madison. Madison must got that good. So then we have Chelsea. She meets up with Naomi, and basically she's talking about that she's going to go confront, she wants to talk about the situation. Austin talking shit about her. Naomi was like, well, you need to address it. Naomi's always talking about, you need to address it. You need to say something. You need to be about it. You need to let them know how you feel. You know how Naomi is. Naomi's for the shits all day, every day. So we have that situation. Some kid is riding around while they're outside filming, Naomi and Chelsea, and he said something to her rude, and then Chelsea wanted to say something back, and Naomi was like, no, don't say nothing to him. He's going to egg my house in the middle of the night. He eggs my house last time. I was like, yo, some kids going around egging your house, girl. Shit. So we have that situation. So that was cool. And then basically Naomi's happy with her new man. She's not going to Craig's house because she got a man. And why would she be going to her ex-man's house chilling for a party? They ain't that cool. She's going to stay with her doctor that she got going on. She's going to stay with him. And then what's up with Craig wearing eyeliner and makeup? Craig was like, I'm the only straight guy that really makes pillows and make designer stuff too as well. I was like, Craig, there's a lot of people out here that does not think you're straight. So I don't know. Craig, and all the ladies called Craig out for having on makeup. They was making fun of Craig's ass with that makeup on his face. I was just like, oh no. Thank you so much, Candy Girl. I appreciate it so much. So we have that situation, and so we leave from there, and then we have Shep. Shep is basically talking that, yo, listen. Shep is like, yo, you need to talk to, that Austin's going to end up coming to blows or coming to confront with Chelsea because they're going to meet up at Craig's party. And then I was like, oh, goodness. Candy Girl, wasn't it funny how Cam talking about how she want to go to work? I think she means she want to be away from her baby for at least 5 hours a day. I'm just saying. No, I think so too. It's overwhelming for her because she was saying like, yo, listen, I want to have adult conversation. Like, she goes, sometimes I just go crazy in this house. I don't even talk to adults. It's just too much. And basically she wants to make sure her daughter's okay, but she just needs some time away. And basically where her husband always doing on-call and working late night, she's stuck in the house. Yeah, she wanted a break. She wants a big time break. It's too much for her. She's loving motherhood, but it takes too much out of her because she doesn't feel like she's herself anymore. Her life is dedicated to another human being, and then she got control issues, so she's all the way there. So Shepard was like, yo, Austin, you was talking shit about Madison. Well, Chelsea, it is what it is. And then Shep basically was talking about, Madison is like, she's evil. Basically, Madison, she could write a book about art of war because she's grimy and all this other stuff. And Craig is like, yo, well, it is what it is. So basically, Shep is just really throwing the daggers at Madison. He really got a bone to pick with Madison. I think the bone to pick with Madison is Madison didn't have sex with him first. And Madison didn't feel wanted Shep. I think that's the whole situation. Candy Girl, it's okay, boo. I have been following for a long time. I love your recaps. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So we have that situation. So I was just like, okay. So Shep is giving Madison like she's like this great, crazy, smart art of war person. Yeah, she is kind of smart. For basically, instead of Austin going and talking shit about her, she has information on Austin talking shit about Chelsea. That's supposed to be his friend. He hanging with her, and she's throwing the receipts out here in the building. I was like, she's throwing the receipts, yeah. I was like, yep, she's throwing receipts. She knew what was up, and plus she's on the show too as well. So we have that situation. And then we have Chelsea, and she was at Naomi's house, and basically she's going to go confront, Austin. Then we have Danny. She's with her mom, and basically we find out about Danny, relationship, and went to the wall. Maybe if you focus a little bit more on yourself and what's going on with you instead of Catherine, you'll be all right. But Danny does have a new man, and she's happy with her new man. And basically she's going to go freeze her eggs because she's going to be turning 35 in a couple of days, and her mom wants her to freeze her eggs, so basically she won't have a hard pregnancy. So we'll see what happens if Danny's gonna get pregnant anytime soon, you know what I mean? And then we have Catherine. She meets up with Craig. They're both over there at the designer store, at the fabric store. Catherine comes in there with them old school spandex on, like she was gonna do a workout video. She comes through, and her makeup and her hair and her glasses, they look nice or whatever, but them spandex pants, it was just way too much. So she comes through, and basically she just starts crying. She was like, I'm gonna be a single mother. Ain't you already a single mother? You ain't living in the same house with him. These guys basically share, 50-50 custody or whatever. So, I don't know if these guys actually doing that 50-50 right now. But she was like, It's like, I'm going to be a single mother. You already a single mother. You ain't worried about being a single mother. You done moved on with this old rich guy over here. You still getting child support and whatever you can get from, what's his name? Thomas Revenant. And if Thomas Revenant is locked up, he's still going to be giving you the payments because that's just how he going to do. Because he ain't going to have you running around town talking about he won't take care of his two kids or whatever. So, but we all know that Thomas Revenant is not going to jail, especially in Charleston, not at all. You know why? Because he's a part of the system. His father's a part of the system. All of them are part of the system. So therefore, the system is not going to throw one of them behind bars. So Catherine, I know Catherine's concerned. It's supposed to be a pre-child. Craig is like, why are you concerned? Why do you even care? Like, Craig is just like, Craig is so uninterested in the conversation. Catherine seems terribly self-centered. Yes, she does. She does seem self-centered, but I think it's because of all the shit that she's been through now that she's trying to live her best life. And I think she's feeling that the people around her, not her friends, or we don't know if this new guy that she's dating is actually somebody that could possibly be manipulating her too as well. Because she like them old sugar daddies. And she's impressed by being a senator and all that other stuff. So, and then on top of that, she was in drug rehab, and then we know she suffered from depression, anxiety. We don't know if she's still on her medication, because last season she was kind of like toned out really, and the season before that she was really on that medication or whatever. They might have got it right, but anyways, Catherine's a trip. So she was like, I'm going to be a single mother. You a single mother now, girl. So what are you talking about? You ain't married. You ain't living together. He's giving you money and you living in that big ass house. She is very young too as well. And she's young, but she be tossing up that coochie for that money, baby. She knows one thing: men would pay for that cootie cat. And so she's tossing it up in the air, and she'll pop out a baby if you got the money. So let me stop. Catherine, don't get upset. So we have that situation. And so Catherine, she's bought, and Craig don't really care. Craig was like, "Why do you care for? Why do you care if he goes to jail? You should be happy." In so many words, Craig was like, "You should be happy the mother sucker's going to jail. He ain't nobody. Why are you worrying about him? All the shit that he did to you, and you crying about him going to jail and being a single mother. What's going on, Catherine? You still got feelings for Thomas, or is it just because he's your baby dad and you concerned?" And she was like, "How am I gonna tell my kids? How am I gonna tell my kids? You don't tell them nothing. You can't. They're too young to understand that their father's locked up for sexual assault, and we already know Thomas is not going to be locked up, and it is what it is. Thomas to sit down with his kids and tell him himself, okay, Catherine." Catherine is too much. She done slept with half the cast. Yes, Catherine been tossing up that coochie for a long time. She still getting, she got a, right now she got a 4-decker house, tossing it up. But I'll give her this, she does have a job. I don't know I don't know how many hours she works at that clothing store or whatever, but I guess she's making a lot of money on there, because now she's their internet person, she's their media person for that store over there, and she might get gigs and engagements and stuff like that. But I'm just like, if Ashley be booking gigs, so if Ashley can book gigs, then Catherine must be booking a lot of gigs, in my opinion. So hello, what's up, Candy Girl? So we have that situation, and so she don't know what to tell her kids or whatever, and then they're making a big deal out of 30 a day. Oh shit. She works whenever they want, whenever they're filming. Because them exercise pants that she had on when she went to that shop, I was like, girl. And then she had on them same black leather pants that she was wearing last season when Thomas was like, "Ooh, look at her ass in them pants." Them are the same black leather pants. And let me tell you, they're not leather, they're like kind of like pleather, but they fit your body like a glove, and they make you look like a hourglass. Let me tell you, them pants are on point. I can't find them anymore. So we have that situation, and so she's crying, so we'll find out she ain't gonna tell the kids no time soon. And Craig was like, "Yo, the kids can't even get on the internet and find out what's going on with their father, so why are you so concerned?" Craig is uninterested, but he ended up getting the fabric that he needed for his little pillow party or whatever. So we get ready for Craig's pillow party, and what's Craig doing? He's in a damn bed sleeping. You know what I'm saying? This is why Naomi left your ass. Even though Naomi is hard to deal with too, but it don't look like she's having the same problems with the new man that she with. And so she is very beautiful. Catherine, yeah, Catherine is pretty. I guess she's the only girl in town because everybody's screwing her. eBay might have them. You know what? I'm gonna check and see. So Craig is sleeping an hour before the party. It's an hour before the party. He's sleeping. He ain't got no hors d'oeuvres. He ain't got no napkins. He ain't got no paper towels. He ain't got shit going on. He just got, clutter of different things sewn together or whatever. And so that when the people come to his house, they're gonna do what? They're gonna talk about his damn house. They talked about his party. Shep was like, Whitney came through, Whitney was like, "Yo, you ain't got no cup, you ain't got no napkins, you ain't got this, you ain't got that." They basically was like, "Look at the food that you're serving." And they were just basically cracking on Austin. So cracking on Craig. So Craig, Craig didn't give a shit about them coming. Craig didn't care. Craig has ADHD too as well, but he's a lazy mother sucker. And if he was really enthusiastic about getting his friends to work to do the pillows, he should have had tables set up. He should have had stuff set up where people would go to this part of the house, that part of the house, and little sections where they can actually help him make the pillows, because he still didn't make the damn pillows or whatever. We got Cameron. She comes through. She was like, "Oh my God, Craig, you got our makeup." She was like, "You need to train your dog." I was like, Cameron's always throwing shots. Cameron was like, "That dog needs obedience school." She's coming through. She's throwing shots. And, Chelsea comes through, was like, "Yo, is that eye makeup you got on? You got on eyeshadow too, Craig?" And then, Shep had to say something about Craig's eyeliner and mascara and blush. And so also Whitney did too. So they just basically they're cracking on this shit. And then Craig says, "Well, your mother has a butler to Whitney, and Whitney was like, yeah, and you would have had napkins and paper towel and cups and shit and forks and spoons, and you would have had a spread. You would have had some shit going on. They was just, look at this. They just came there, was like, yo, we're going to this dump. Danny walks in, was like, oh shit, the house is clean. Because you remember last season, Craig's house was a mess. I like Craig. He knows everybody's business. Yeah, he knows everybody's business. You see, you see Catherine, she came through crying on his shoulder. She just, as soon as she seen him, she started crying or whatever. So Craig is sitting there. Craig is just like, fuck it. I know they're gonna talk shit anyway, so you know I'm gonna give it something to talk some shit about. So Craig's assistant and his roommate are basically sitting up there on the porch. Like, this is a waste of time. We really need to get these orders filled. And Craig ain't doing shit. And everybody's like, we ain't helping you with no pillows. And then Patricia came through. I was like, oh, look at Patricia. She came through to see if the motherfucker was gonna make some pillows, to see if he ever did something, because she wanted to invest with Craig. Craig is on his lonesome. He's on his slump. I don't know what the hell Craig's doing. You know, I don't even know if he actually graduated from the bar. At first, I thought he did graduate from the bar. Then Shep said no, he didn't. Like, he actually, you know, took the test and got his license to be a goddamn lawyer. Craig is making money, though, because he's flipping houses and he's doing real estate. But, like, yo, it was a really... And then Naomi's mean for taking his cat. Naomi took that damn cat. I don't know if it was Naomi's cat or his cat. Whoever cat it was, she took the damn cat. And so, I don't know, maybe if he had the cat, he'll be able to make the pillows. So remember when Craig had the cat, he used to make suits, he used to make clothes, he used to garden, he used to... petty, I know. So, we have that situation. Patricia just looking around. Patricia didn't throw no shots either. She didn't say nothing. You got Kieran talking about, oh my God, it's so hard to look at Whitney because, you know, Catherine said he keeps his glasses on when she was having sex with him. So everybody's like, Catherine's coming through. All the guys know that something went down with Catherine and the ladies when they went on that trip to the tree houses or whatever. So Austin invites the people to go outside to his balcony or his porch or his deck or whatever. And then so that's when Chelsea and Austin end up having that conversation, and basically she confronts him about talking shit about her, and then why is he doing it? Why is he talking about her man? Why is he talking about her? That's so wrong. And she never did anything for him to be like that. She said, what, you mad because of what I said? But but Austin is the one that actually said, like, yo, he's the one that actually said, oh, you never pay for anything. And then that's when, you know, Chelsea had to say, like, yo, I pay for a mad dinners we're not with, because we know Austin don't have any money to pay for these dinners, because on the last episode, Craig and Shep was throwing shots at Austin. It was like, oh, we're going to pick up the tab. We know he can't pick up the tab. He's not going to pick up the tab. Oh, yeah, we're going to pay for his drinks. And they went to another bar. So basically, they was throwing shots at him. And one thing, Shep doesn't complain about Craig about his money, because some way, somehow, Craig started making some money or whatever. Because before, he used to get on him about not having money. Now it's Austin that is, you know, heartbroken. Like, how long has he been with Madison and beat his heartbroken and he cheated on her twice? Like, get a storyline, Craig. Get your beer up. Sell your beer on the corner. Sell your beer on Instagram. Do something. Or go to counseling. Or let us know that if you sniff paint or huff paint, let us know what kind of drugs you do, Austin. Like, you gotta make yourself more interesting. This Madison situation, she gonna make you look bad. That's it's shameful, I know. And so we have that situation. So Chelsea's actually confronting Austin. Austin was like, I was drunk. She was like, no, you wasn't drunk, mother sucker, because she showed me this one, that one. There was multiple times. Like, Austin, why are you digging at her? Chelsea was even when she threw her party, her housewarming party, she wanted to have a beer tap at her party, and she called you, but you didn't have your shit together. So you're gonna be talking shit about her? You the one that cheated on Chelsea. You just mad because Chelsea pulled your card for you to stand up against Austin. I mean, for Austin to stand up against, you know, Shep and Whitney, and Austin cowered out, and so that's why she didn't go back with him. And if Austin would have stood up at that last season 5, at that party they went to, Chelsea would have been back with Austin. But he didn't stand up, and she don't want no coward. So Austin says, I'm sorry, I apologize. Everybody's in the house looking at them, you know, arguing, going back and forth. And Shep is like, oh my God, Madison is so terrible. That's so grimy what she did. And Patricia jumps in, was like, well, he shouldn't have said shit about her. He shouldn't have been talking about her, especially if she's this wonderful friend of his. And they're supposed to, and he was like, oh, you're my best friend. Austin's always saying Chelsea's his best friend. They're like brother and sister, this and that. She went to his house, met his mother. His father had dinner with him, with with his family and shit like that. He broke down and told her his secrets about his sister passing away at a young age and all this other stuff. But yeah, you're gonna get with this new girl and just talk mad buku shit about Chelsea and don't think it's gonna get back? Like, come on. Like, miss me with that bullshit. So then we get to the end of the. So then Danny's having a conversation with Chelsea, and basically Chelsea was like, "Have you talked to, have you talked to what's her name? Have you talked to Catherine? Candy girl, she does not deserve that, not at all. And she's one of the cool ones, even though she's been a little bit, in people's business, but she's one of the cool ones. So we have that situation. So Chelsea's talking to Danny, and Danny was like, well, I haven't really conversated, I haven't really talked to her, whatever, since, the treehouse incident. Catherine's looking at them talking. She walks over, she says, what you talking about? And then they respond, and they say, oh, they said they was talking about furniture. They said they was talking about some shit. They said they was talking about something, but Catherine knew that they were lying, and they was lying. They should have just said, yo, we was talking about you. I was asking Danny, has she talked to you since the treehouse situation? But Catherine, it seemed like Catherine was going to be mad anyway, because we just seen her break down about what's his name, Thomas Revenall. So we already know that she's feeling a certain type of way. I don't know why, but she's feeling a certain type of way. She got his kids, so maybe she still got some love for him, and she don't want to see him in jail. And it's embarrassing for her kids, too, as well. It's probably embarrassing for her, too, as well. So, but she can actually look victorious in the situation. Everybody from a lot of seasons was talking shit about Catherine, but look who's facing charges. Not her, he is. Even though she did have a stunt in rehab, and, we seen her all messed up and shit like that. But anyway, so Catherine was like, I don't want to talk to them. So Catherine goes to sit down, and so, Danny goes to like, come on, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Catherine was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't have nothing to say, this and that. Basically, Catherine's giving him the cold shoulder. Like, I'm moving on. Like, there's no issue. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. And then, so Danny, she runs out the house. She's crying. She feeling, I was like, bitch, why are you crying? Like, why? Like, just because she's acting like that, then dust her off and throw her away, because she gonna need you before you need her. So why are you over here crying, making a big deal? But I guess, Danny feels like she's trying to save Catherine and save her life, and she feels bad for all the shit that she went through, because Danny did say that Catherine's been through hell and back, and she's been through so much in a young age, and she's trying to be, I don't know what she's trying to be, her mother goose, mother hen, I don't know. So she goes off, she's crying, she feels hurt, she feels betrayed, and I can understand that, because if I feel like I'm putting myself out there for you, and I'm trying to protect you and help you make sure you're make the right decisions, because you gotta, the reason why Danny feels that way is because Catherine has been telling Danny her business for years, and she's been there for her, so Danny feels like she has some type of authority, and that's what it is. Candy girl, I think Catherine could care less for that friendship. If she really cared, she would have consoled her. Yep. But we know this ain't the first time that somebody started crying. There was another lady, the one that had the baby that had all the issues. She was crying, and Catherine was like, I don't care. I don't give two shits. So this ain't the first time. So we don't know if Catherine's medication is off. Her medication could be off, or whatever. Or she could be doing something that we don't know that she's doing. Who knows? Who knows with Catherine? Because Catherine just didn't care. She didn't want to talk about it, because Catherine feels like, Catherine was like, yo, I just went on a vacation. I was just chilling, and you guys are making a big deal because I didn't call you back. Like, they're concerned about you because you have a tendency to not call people back and not talk to people, and that's when you're actually going through something, that you might be going through your depressed mode, you might be going through this, you might be going through that. So that's why they're concerned. But Catherine doesn't get it. She feels like they're nitpicking, and they probably could be nitpicking to have a storyline. So anyways, Chelsea goes out there to console, Danny, and she was like, and then Chelsea gets mad. I thought Chelsea was going to be about that life. I thought Chelsea was going to have it down packed. Chelsea walks in the house. I thought Chelsea was like, we really need to talk. And Catherine was like, no, we don't need to talk. We don't need to talk. I'm done with it. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I don't want to talk about anything. Then Chelsea was like, she's crying. And Catherine was like, whatever, basically. And so Danny comes back in the house to get her pocketbook or whatever, and then Catherine was like, I'm just gonna go home. And so then Danny was like, well, then go home. And then they was like, then Shep was like, yo, you need to talk to her. And Danny was like, Danny is still shocked that she doesn't understand why Catherine's giving her the cold shoulder. And so we have that situation. And so then Catherine is just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk about the situation. I'm just going to go home. Shep was like, yo, you need to go find out what's going on with Danny. Like, Danny was like, I'm just going to leave. And Danny left. And they was like, you need to go check on her. Like, Danny's really been a good friend to you. And everybody in the background was like, yo, Danny really had your back. Danny's really been your friend. And Catherine was like, whatever. Then Catherine gets up and was like, I'm leaving. And then I guess Shep called her like a bad friend. And Shep is like, why are you acting like this? And then she called Shep a douchebag. Why you acting like a douche? And then he was like, yo, you're so messed up. And Shep said something like, yeah, like she's disgusting, she's immature. So basically Shep calls Catherine, immature, and basically her behavior is disgusting because Danny has really been a good friend to her. So I was like, okay, so it's getting a little bit better, but it's still a little bit dry. So thank you, Candy Girl, for coming through. Check out Candy Girl. Candy Girl's mad cool. I've been seeing her a lot lately. She's good support. Big D and Chopper, he does reviews and stuff about, products. He talks about journeys and he tells stories and stuff like that. Thank you guys for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Candy Girl, for keeping me company. And we was going back and forth. I really do appreciate it. So one love to Candy Girl. One love to all my peeps and my people. One love to Peep Squad in the building. Peep Squad in the chat room. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. But I got to go downstairs and jump on a treadmill and take my ass to bed because I went out earlier and I did eat. So now I gotta work some of that shit off because I don't want to gain no more weight than I already got. You know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. She only turns to them when she needs their help, and she knows how to make herself likable. That's true. Yeah. Catherine, I don't know if Catherine's really stressed out about the situation with, Thomas Revenall, and she's really, stressed out about the situation with her new man because, everybody's going to judge her, and he has a criminal record, or cops has been called on him, and he's going through a public divorce and shit like that. Then on top of that, we don't know if Catherine's back on her medication, if they switch her medication and taking it right, or if she's back doing whatever because she's with this senator guy, and basically there's a lot of bad rumors about him with drugs and alcohol abuse and the whole 9 yards. So it's allegedly. So we'll see what happens. But Catherine just seems a lot standoffish since she got that new man. Enjoy your workout. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night to you, Candy Girl. Candy Girl came through and represent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peep Squad is in the building. Signing off. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my people. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. Thank you. Good night, everybody.